Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Golden Ratio Podcast. I am Jen, GR Mom, joined as always by GR Dad.
Hi.
How's it going, GR Dad?
Is my microphone on?
Sounds good.
Is my microphone on?
I'm looking at the little zigzags on the screen, and yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
On.
Hi. Hi. I'm doing all right.
You remember last week when I was complaining about how disruptive all the house construction was and how tired I was of it?
I don't remember you complaining about anything ever.
Do you remember me talking about it?
Yes.
It's a lot worse now.
I agree wholeheartedly, and I'm trying not to complain about it, but it sucks being confined to not just like our bedroom with 6 dogs during the whole entire day.
We right now are podcasting from the couch, but the couch is pushed up against the dining room table. All of our furniture is in a little plastic covered pile in the middle of the main room. There's no lights because the only lights we had in here
have been removed.
Yeah, they were on the ceiling fans, which have been taken out, and those are gone, and the new lights aren't active yet. So there's one tiny lamp up against the wall, and that's all the light we have.
There's also cardboard taped to the floor now in now sort of random patterns. There's a sink in the middle of the living room.
Literally sink in the living room.
Not hooked up because
nope.
It's going to go to the bathroom.
Thankfully, yes.
But it's been in there for, it's day 2.5 now on that sink in the middle of the living room.
It gained a faucet today, but still.
It enjoys watching TV.
Yeah.
It gained a faucet. Well, if it sits there long enough, it might gain 2 faucets.
Man.
It just sucks. The reason we can't use the porch as much as we did last week is because the people who are working on the dock have a cute little puppy that they tie up who's adorable.
She's cute, and she's not on a short little thing. Like, they just don't want to leave her at home all day, which is nice, so they bring her with, which is nice.
She gets plenty of love.
She's 3 months old, so she can't just wander the yard, so she's on a little string. But she sits down there on the beach and looks up, and Guac and Remy stands next to Guac, and she goes, "Arf!" And then they both go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa."
And then the puppy goes, "Whoa, arf, arf."
The puppy and Foods. So we've introduced all the dogs except Guac to the puppy, Layla. Guac, he has trouble controlling his emotions when he meets strange dogs.
He needs therapy, but all he has is avocado.
He can get, like, if we're out on a walk and a dog comes up, he sometimes will get his hackles up. Like, he's never attacked any of them, but you don't want that with like a little 3-month-old puppy. So
he gets weirdly afraid.
That's right. All the other dogs have met the puppy. Brody did not like the puppy. The puppy jumps all over the dogs, right? She's only 3 months old.
Puppy was scratching his nose, I think.
Yeah. Remy just was about ready to eat the face off the puppy before I pulled him back. He did not like that puppy
Remy,
jumping on
strong
him.
negative. Yeah.
Hops and Vink were like, okay, like, this is fine, but I'm leaving now, basically.
I'm too old for this stuff.
And Boots was like, hello, best friend. Let's chase each other around the yard. You want to jump on me? Fine.
I've never seen anything smaller than me.
She like runs circles around him, and he just like looks to the left and then looks over to the right. Today, she ran from between his back legs, like tail, through his back legs, out through his front legs. Pew,
underneath.
Like a tunnel.
Total tunneling.
Voodoo tunnel. They had a great time together.
Yeah, he smushed her a few times, and she jumped on him a few times while he's lying down.
Yep, they had a great time. So I brought Boots out a couple times, and the guy whose puppy it is happy that she's playing with somebody a little bit, and I, of course, am happy for puppy time.
Puppy, it's still a super cute little
cute,
chunky puppy.
So anyway.
But it means, yeah, at least 2 of the dogs have to be in the bedroom and not even on the porch, which means since our bedroom is mostly bed, it's really tight in there.
Yeah. Yeah, and is loud outside too now because they're drilling and hammering and bolting in stuff. But
they're drilling and hammering inside, and they're sawing and hammering outside. You don't know where to...
There's no peace here.
There's no peace.
One of our neighbors who has a golden... who, you know, we're very friendly with, she was over here, and I was like, a couple of days ago, and I was like, all right, like, come on over, but like, it's chaos here. And so I was showing her stuff. She's like, you know, we're going to be out of town for a week. You're welcome to come over to our house. I almost went today. I'm absolutely going tomorrow to just hang out in their empty house with some peace and quiet.
Yeah. I mean, if the RV was more presentable and not full of our old liquor bottles that we aren't putting in the cabinet yet, then we could maybe hang out in the RV.
No, I'm sorry. Have you hung out in the RV ever?
It's uncomfortable. It's not a good hanging out place.
No, it's
I
not.
know.
There's nothing nice about hanging out in there.
Yes, the concept of hanging out in a nice house, underneath their house, on their nice couches and stuff is more appealing.
It's not just that it's more appealing. The RV is like negatively appealing.
It's an emergency situation.
I would rather be in this loud house in the bedroom with 6 dogs than in the RV.
You have shown that. You voted with your feet on that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome to go out there.
No, I guess I have to.
All right. So now that we've digressed a bit, the cocktail of the week is the Scallywag, which is actually a pretty classic cocktail. We've had the Scallywag before.
Called the Scallywag, really?
That's the name, the Scallywag.
Hmm.
Rum, Saint Germain, which is elderflower liqueur, lime juice, club soda, dash of bitters. It's quite tasty.
Summery, but then everything down here is summery.
We make a lot of summery drinks.
But it is officially spring, too. Days are getting longer.
That's a real old man, dad kind of observation to make.
It means you can drink summery drinks.
We literally have been drinking rum drinks like in the depths of January.
I'm trying real hard here.
I know. It's clear that you're trying very hard. All right. So
I
that
ain't
was
even mad. I'm fine.
half the dog updates.
How about administrative corner? Do we have anything administrative? Are we giving anything away?
So administrative corner, a bunch of people who hadn't gotten their Guaco pins contacted me after last week. If you are one of those people and you didn't contact me, you can, but I've mailed them all out. If you're in Boston and you want to cheer me on in the Boston Marathon next month.
25 days from today.
Yep. Head on over to Jen Runs with Dogs on Twitter. One of the friends of the squad / followers of mine over there has like a Google spreadsheet of like people who are coming to cheer for me. I am so like touched by this. And so if you want to like hang out with other friends of the squad and watch the Boston Marathon, which like, look, even if you don't see me, watching the Boston Marathon is inspiring and lovely. You can make some new friends if you're an extrovert.
If you have a heart, and if you follow this account, you have a heart. Watching a marathon live is very inspirational.
Everybody doing
you
epic
might
shit.
Cry.
Yeah. I don't think we've got any other administrative news. Okay. Dog updates. I'm looking at my notes. They're blank. I just have administrative corner, dog updates, ramblings, and taste of the keys. And there's a bullet point under each one. And I have filled in 0 bullet points. So the only real update that we have is Voods is doing better this week.
He's very perky.
He's kind of alarmingly perky.
I know. We can't win because if he's doped up and comatose, we're worried that he's going to have a stroke. If he's perky, we're worried it means his medicines aren't working and he's going to get a stroke.
Seizure,
yes,
yeah.
A seizure. And so either way, we're kind of constantly worried he'll have a seizure. If he grunts in the night, we're worried.
All the time.
Yep.
But the fact that he's perkier than normal all of a sudden, and he's wobbly, but he's kind of back to normal wobbly. It's very concerning. I mean, it's great, but I don't know with that boy.
He does. He has much more facial expression. He'll come up and stick his head on the table when you're eating.
Yeah, he really was having a great time at 3:45 this morning when I got up with him for 45 minutes. 45 minutes we were up.
I'm telling there's a downside too, but hopefully today he got all his energy out playing with the puppy and getting walkies and stuff.
He does completely zonk out. Like he has his perky moments, and it's perky for Voods. It's not perky for like a regular dog.
People still think he's 15 years old.
Yeah. And then he absolutely collapses into a deep, deep sleep, and then will rouse himself out. But he's fine. Other than that, all right, Ingo, here's your chance for me to go. There's no updates on each dog, and then you get to say whatever thing is that you want to say about each dog.
They're all very good.
There's no updates on Guac. He's
Remy's
fine.
eating the floor occasionally.
All right, there's no updates on Remy. He's fine.
Yeah.
There's no updates on Guac. He's fine.
I think that's right. We still have no emergency clinic in the Keys.
I feel like I'm giving you the opportunity to say your non sequiturs about the dogs with no updates, and when I give you that, you find a different thing to make a non sequitur about.
I don't think you can have something different be a non sequitur for something different. It's inherently different. I'm just surprising you. Think of it that way.
There's no updates on any of the other
No-
dogs except for Boots.
No
They're fine.
noteworthy updates. We're going to have an interesting time picking like low maintenance dog this week and best dog because they're all doing pretty well. No one's done anything disastrous. We keep trying to catch Voods eating toilet paper, and you did once. But we still await further miscreantism.
What else would you like to add?
They're all very good dogs.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. You have a Giardad administrative corner.
Yes, are we in ramblings yet?
This is really ramblings. Yeah, we've moved past dog updates to ramblings.
Ramblings. I was just going to say, and I think I've said this before, but I'm not afraid of repeating myself.
No, you're not.
No, it's
No,
just-
you're not.
It's nice. It's nice. It's seeing all y'all's glimpses into everyone's life through the cameos, through people's tweets, through people's updates, through the many multifarious accounts that now deal with various parts of the dog's anatomies and identities and personalities and quirks and geckos and whatever else is out there. There's still joy and fun and love in the world, and that's nice to see. Like, we try to provide that too through these dogs, but also people are getting married, people are getting engaged, people are getting new dogs. Everything is like, there's so much good stuff happening. It's very encouraging for me. It's nice.
That's great. Was that your rambling though?
That was the rambling. You said, yes, the administrative corner is I've started listening to a new podcast that is like very easy to listen to because it's sort of short segments. It's not an hour. It's about 15 minutes segments.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes shorter.
By a friend of the pod.
Friend of the squad.
Friend of the squad.
Jen Coleslaw.
Jen Coleslaw. And it is called Two Chocolate
Two
Cakes.
chocolate cakes.
The word two
Yep.
chocolate cakes. And I think it's very nice. It's very literary, kind of very well written.
Like memoir with recipe.
Yeah, food connected to memories.
Yeah.
Which is I think it's very evocative, right? You do have, I mean, the way it's written is very evocative and makes me wonder why I don't remember details as much about my childhood. But it's like individual recipes connected to life events. I think it's very well done. It's easy to listen to, and it makes me think, at least, and kind of nostalgic on a good day.
That's great. I mean, I made you start listening to it, so I'm going to take credit for this.
Yeah, you can get credit. Thank you.
It's also exquisitely written.
Yes.
Yeah. Like just the language of it is really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably 8 episodes out now, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
You can find it on your podcast app.
New one every week. 2 chocolate cakes.
Yep, there's a Twitter handle for it too.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
not about dogs, at least not primarily,
No, there's been only, I think, a passing mention of a dog.
but it's about food, and we all like food.
And like the recipes that she talks about, she actually gives you the recipes at the end.
Yeah, right.
So you can make
That's right.
the blueberry cake or whatever you
Yep.
want to make.
Yep.
I always finish them going like, "Ooh, I should totally make that thing."
Sounds pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, they do sound good.
I have blueberries in the fridge. Maybe I'll make that blueberry cake. Yeah, 2 chocolate cakes. Good job, Jen Coleslaw.
Yep.
Okay, I don't have any other updates.
Or ramblings?
I feel like I opened with my rambling about the state of our home.
Yeah.
It
It's
may be
been-
done a week from Friday.
It's been since early January, and it is now almost the end of March.
Yep.
We may be done by early April. We're
Beginning
definitely
of
going
April,
into
yeah.
April with this.
For sure we'll cross April. Yep.
And the mantra we keep repeating to ourselves is, it will be so much better. But it'll be just more important to just have people out of the house and be back to calm and routine.
Get out of my house.
I feel bad for the dogs and you and everyone who has to like live in 10% of an already pretty small house.
It's
It's
fine.
like exile.
All right. You want to do Taste of the Keys or German Word of the Week?
Taste of the Keys.
That was a long
I
pause
had to think
there.
about it.
Yeah, that's really terrible radio.
No, it's good audio. It's good visual, though. I was like dancing and stuff.
Nobody gets to see
I
your
was not
thinking dance.
and I was not dancing. We can speed it up.
I'm sorry, which one did you pick?
Yours.
I mean, as always.
Immer der so blöd fragt. When we were playing cards as a family as a kid, and that was my mom saying, is like, when someone asks, oh, who's next? Whose turn is it? She would go, immer der so blöd fragt. The guy who always asks so stupidly. It was not kind.
Your mom.
Anyway.
Okay.
Your turn.
Taste of the Keys is the Key West bicentennial. The bicentennial of the settling of Key West.
Yep.
So, there were Native Americans, I think mostly the Seminoles, though a few other tribes, who, would sort of stop over in Key West. We talked about this once before, and apparently there was also a settlement on Stock Island, a Native American settlement on Stock Island, which is interesting, and I didn't know. And there's not a ton of detail about it, and it seems like there's like a little bit of dispute about like how permanent this settlement was. Like, was it like they're actually like a town or village, whatever there?
Yeah.
Or was it less permanent? But a friend of the squad sent me an interesting thing about it.
I mean,
And
the
there have been
bones
some
on Key West
archaeological
had to
stuff.
get there somehow, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely was not like undiscovered island or anything.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's right.
But it was not settled, right? It was just empty. And this dude on a boat was like, that looks like a good place to put a town. And there's this whole, I don't know if we've talked about this. I don't want to go too deep into it, but there's
It's
this.
only 1822. It's not even like
I know.
that far back.
And he bought it from the Spanish, and some other guy who didn't really own it was trying to sell it. And there was
even back then it was all grifty.
super grifty.
Two people tried to sell it, or so.
Two people sold it.
He sold
and
it
two
to
people
two people.
owned it.
He sold it to two people.
I think the guy bought it from the Spanish because it was Spanish, and a different guy was like, I totally own Key West. You want to buy it from me?
He was the grifty
and
guy.
so they both had deeds to it, basically, and the guy who bought it from the Spanish won out because of connections, it seems like.
That's right. It was connections in the state capital, right?
It was going to get settled either way,
such as
though.
it was.
Yeah. So anyway, it is the bicentennial. There's nothing super big and crazy going on. I mean, they're doing all sorts of little events, but there's not like...
No. It's parades and bed races or that might be the 40th.
No.
That's 40th anniversary of the Conch Republic.
Conch Republic Independence Day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in April.
That's the 40th too, though.
You suddenly sound real anemic there, dear Dad. Do you have your thing?
Sorry, I'm getting a little weak.
That's better.
Over-rotated.
They're directional microphones, so if you turn it around, you sound really bad going from the back, and then if you keep it forward, you sound good from the front.
So easy for you. So weirdly hard for me.
You're doing a great job.
Oh, look at you. Almost patting me on the head verbally. I'll take it.
If you weren't on the other end of the couch, I'd totally pat your head.
I don't think that helps.
All right. So
anyway 40th anniversary of the founding of the Conch Republic.
Yes, 1982.
Yes.
When the U.S. put up the border checkpoint and we seceded
from the United States.
And then gave up. Had a mock. Well, we had a
declared war and then surrendered.
There was a battle with the U.S. Navy. We threw Cuban breads at them.
Cuban breads.
Surrendered and then applied for foreign aid
from the U.S. government. Yeah, I don't think we ever got that. But the Conch Republic remains declared.
It does, and they have a reenactment of the Navy battle every Independence Day.
Yeah, that's what April. The bed race is part of.
Yeah, there's a drag race. There's a bed race.
There is.
There's...
what is it, the world's longest parade? Because it goes from the Atlantic to the Caribbean?
To the Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico, yeah.
Yep. Anyway, that's in April, so that's different. This week...
Yeah, the whole year is 200 years. And this... Okay, fair enough. This week, bicentennial.
Mm-hmm.
There's more going on for the 40th, I think, than for the bicentennial.
The bicentennial is a little bit random. Like, there's always festivities for the Conch Republic Independence Days in April. Yeah. So, all right, there you go. That's Taste of the Keys.
200 years. The German word is Wohlstandsverwahrlosung, which is pleasantly long.
Mm-hmm. You always look for long ones.
It's stereotypical German.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be good to just say Bad is bath.
I think would be actually super useful.
It's not for that. It's for quirkiness. Anyway, so there's the word Verwahrlosung kind of means to go to the dogs, to decay, to you just picture like urban decay is like Verwahrlosung. Verwahrlostes Stadtviertel would be like a, decayed quarter or section of town, verwahrlost. But then you have Wohlstandsverwahrlosung is the idea that you're doing so well. Wohlstand is prosperity. So that you're doing so well, you have it so good that you're kind of just decaying anyway. It's kind of like a corruption by riches kind of idea that like in the Roman Empire, right? Everyone's doing so well, you get a little decadent.
Yeah.
And you kind of forget the civic virtues, and your things are kind of falling apart, not because of lack of prosperity, but because of the prosperity.
Yeah.
Everyone's too comfortable. Wohlstandsverwahrlosung.
Say it one more time.
Wohlstandsverwahrlosung.
Wohlstandsverwahrlosung.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Nice big long one.
Yep.
It's a lot of letters.
Philosophical concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you to the friend of the squad who sent that one in.
That's right. Thank you.
Okay. I think that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I got nothing as usual.
It's a short podcast, but it's a disrupted week.
Yeah. Is it? For us, yes. Holy smokes. We can't even, live in our house. Ridiculous. How am I supposed to think under these conditions?
Maybe we're down to 10 more days.
Mm-hmm. And weekends are weekends, so that's always good. We can kind of slowly sneak things back into place for weekends.
Yeah, we could move the couch. I think that, they're almost done with the ceiling on the couch side of the living room. We may be able to move the couch back this weekend.
Yeah, because right now it's kind of full of ladders, and they still need to get at the ceiling, so we can't move the couch back.
Maybe not, though. We'll see. All right. Well, if we have a lot more to say over the weekend, we'll do a bonus pod. This one's a little short, but life is short, you guys.
Yeah, we can't just fill it with endless dad jokes or anything.
Nope.
Jeez.
No, we cannot. Nope. Okay. So until next time, Slava Ukraini, and don't bite anyone unless they ask you to.
Don't bite anyone unless they ask you to. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.